Save time, save lives. Save time, save lives. Does have a nice ring to it though, doesn't it? The reality though, as brutal as it may be, is that even in one of the world's best emergency departments, like the one here in Leuven, for some patients, while already in the waiting room, the help still comes too late.
Close your eyes. Imagine you're a nurse. You're standing in the emergency department, surrounded by beeping monitors and the smell of disinfectant. Today, you're in charge of the new patients. And the patient comes in, Michael, an old man, and he's not feeling well. Okay, so you do the checks and it doesn't look good. Okay, so you fill in his file, you give him a severity score and send him to the waiting room. A day goes on, and at some point 2 patients come in. Your colleagues take care of one and you take care of the other. And as you start, a patient comes up to you and he really isn't feeling well and he's been waiting for hours, and as you try to calm him down, you get a phone call. It's one of the doctors, yes, he can't find a file, and as you try to manage this, well, also the patient, suddenly you hear a call from the waiting room.
Help!
You rush over, and there you see Michael, the old man, collapsed in his chair. And just as you think this day couldn't get any worse.
Gridlock. An emergency department gridlock is a situation where some areas are so overcrowded, hospital staff can't breathe. This results in, for all the patients already waiting, every minute lost culminates and spreads to all of them. In such a situation, as a doctor, as a nurse, you're literally fighting against time itself.
Now, time can be lost in many ways. Through surveys with the staff and also patients, we've found that there are 3 main causes for this loss of life-essential time.
When an emergency department is overcrowded, many patients come in at the same time, lots of stuff is happening. Administrative work is the absolute least of your worries. This does, however, create a lack of oversight, thus creating a loss of time. When a patient is not where you expect him to be because their location has not been properly updated, or due to the sheer size of the emergency department, they perhaps literally lost their way. People need to go out and search them, bring them back to the adequate place, again, losing more of that valuable time. Whenever a patient is waiting, there's a lot of other patients around. The longer they are in the waiting room, the bigger the chances of the situation's worsening. This requires thus requiring more adequate preparation, tending by all the nurses to properly care for those patients, resulting in more time lost for all the other patients present. And again, losing even more of that valuable life-essential time.
Our solution? Save time to save lives. So our solution is threefold. First of all, we want to provide automatic live patient tracking. So you have a clear overview of where everyone is and you don't lose time that way. And a survey of a focus group of patients, they have also let us know that patients would be very open and feel very reassured to know that this is present. Second of all, with our solution, we aim to reduce the amount of paperwork and administration that staff has to do. With location taken care of, that's one less thing to worry about and more headspace to worry about what really matters, the people. And lastly, with our solution, we're thinking of the future. So next to everything we've already told, we're also going to embed the functionality to connect wirelessly with external sensors. Now, why is this important? Because it gives you flexibility. Flexibility to future-proof your emergency department. It means that whenever there's a new sensor on the market, you don't have to change your entire infrastructure to work with, because you already have that one bridge to connect them all. You can be ready for the future with Trakicue.
All this talk does make you think, though. What's this actually going to look like? Well, it's small, it's sleek, and actually, quite forgettable. Even more, we've been wearing them this whole time, and you might not have even realized.
And it's exactly this experience, or rather non-experience, that we want for patients. Non-invasive, while we, in the background, help to optimize and reduce the workload of the staff. Quality,
Therefore, to us, is of the utmost importance and a thing very dear to our hearts. Therefore, we aim to work as closely as possible with the emergency staff and doctors to care to their needs always.
So, how will this look? Well, we deliver the modules straight to their front door. They are charged, they are functional, ready to be used. And once they're done, well, we just pick them up again. We clean them, check them, test them, charge them, box them, load them, and resend them. Deliver them straight to the door, and the cycle can start again. And with this, we also hope to introduce a new paradigm of working where single-use electronics are a thing of the past. Because the future is here, and the future is sustainable. The future is Trakicue.
All of this has been created by a bunch of crazies, to be honest, spending the past 8 months in Zoom calls, Google Teams, and Zoom calls. To name all of us, there's Safwan, Sruja, Hilke, Korbe, Victor, Charlotte, Robert, and myself. And we had the absolute pleasure and honor of being coached by our very own Karen. Combining knowledge from business to medicine, to industrial engineering, to psychology, to pharmaceutics, all the way to nanotechnology. All of that culminated in what you've seen here tonight. And I must say, we are quite proud.
Yes, we are. And I can reaffirm this was an amazing journey. We've learned much more than we could have ever bargained for. And as we're looking towards the future, we're looking towards a period where we can actually meet up in real life instead of behind screens. And we're also looking forward to spending a lot more time together. Because we're honored, we're beyond excited to say that the end of PIP will not be the end of our idea. Because behind the curtains, we're working to get this out there as a real-world product. And we couldn't be happier.
Dear PIP board, dear audience, dear family. Our task for us here tonight was to sell and project ourselves. But to finish off, we'd like to focus your attention towards the nurses, doctors, volunteers, cleaning staff, and all other heroes of this pandemic. Because, in the end, we don't matter. You do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we are Trakicue. And we're here to save your time so you can save our lives.
Are you interested in PIP? Do you consider joining a project next year? Or do you just want to learn a little bit more? Please come take a look at our website. I really hope that you consider applying yourself, and I really look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.